And notice how I pointed in the correct direction this time.
Yes.
I was like, hey, um,
This guy over
yeah,
here.
we've had a lot of fun. Then just kind of off topic, I got my first gray hair, dude.
What? What do you mean?
It was right here, my temple, and I really want to do the Reed Richards. I want my gray hair to come here, so I'm really excited that my first one was right here. Just one.
That's
There
cool.
should be more. So I'm like, if I could rock the Reed Richards, dude, I would be so happy. But you see how my hair is? It's really kind of hard to see. Period.
Oh, low key. Like next time you see me, you really can't see it on camera.
Tomorrow.
If you, yeah, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. If you lift it up, you'll definitely see some of them coming in up there. So I'll totally be rocking the Reed.
Yeah, we get to see each other tomorrow because not only have we come over here making music with Phil, but it's my birthday tomorrow. So for a year, I said, it's on this Saturday. Let's do a Disney party. So I have some Disney games. We're making mixed drinks. Everyone's bringing, they're going to be Disney bound. I gave everybody a Disney movie for their potluck. So it's going to be really interesting to see what everybody makes because I'm doing Stitch's Hawaiian luau sliders. And Phil's doing Cinderella's Royal Pumpkin Curry. So
nice.
That's just the two of us. We'll see what happens with the rest of them.
I think Allie, we went on kind of our shopping grocery spree the other just today. So she's definitely whipping something up for you, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And I'm gonna do Tinkerbell's Lost Boy Punch, which is a melon liqueur thing, and I'm picking something out of the Disney cocktail book to make because I bought jars, so they're gonna be in jugs. And just bloop, bloop, bloop. So we're gonna have food, alcohol, and games. How much fun could it possibly be? We were gonna do a pinata full of mini booze bottles, but we didn't have enough time and money to put it together, so we kind of forgot about that. So we're just gonna kind of let that one go.
Yeah, not worried about that.
All right, so welcome to Super Game Bros. It's time to get into our video game talk. If you guys missed it, we did our first game stream this week of Halo. And we didn't do it right. We didn't co-stream right. So I need you to download your video on Mixer and send it to me so I can get it correctly. But it was hilarious because we have Halo Master Chief Collection. We've been wanting to do Halo forever. So I thought, let's do exploding grunts and explosions have really big radius, but I forgot to tell Cynic about it.
Yeah, that was I was like, we could totally do legendary. Let's I said I love the first Halo. It's probably next to Reach, my favorite Halo. And so I do my thing. I shoot a few grunts and I'm running into the middle of kind of enemy territory, blasting, headshotting all the grunts, and all of a sudden I start exploding. And I'm like, you know, one of my favorite thing about the first Halo is their huge explosions and the chain reactions that go off. It's just awesome, and because it's such a close quarters game, the way it's designed. And man, I just started exploding and dying constantly. And you were like, "Oh, legendary, huh?" And I'm like, "Dude, there's explosions are coming out of fucking nowhere. Like, I don't know where they're coming from. I don't see." Oops. And you went, "Oh, that's because I have exploding grunts on," which I didn't. To your credit, I never I've beaten all the Halos on Legendary, but I never dove deep into it with all the skulls and everything. I went and just played other games once I beat it. So yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, and that was fun.
It was hilarious.
Kind of turned out to be an advantage because, you know, you shoot one grunt in the middle of a squad and like everybody goes down. So it was definitely super fun, but man, not knowing it going in, well, I died a lot.
You got to see my really bad Halo driving.
Yes.
I can't drive a Warthog to save my life.
That was
I almost killed it once, and then you started driving and I exploded like 3 times and flew off the back. Like, I don't even know what was going on when you were driving.
Hey, my driving was pretty good. We got to where we were going to go. And yeah, as long as we didn't kill a grunt in front of us, we were fine. Yeah. I'm pretty used to going ape shit and hitting grunts, hitting jackals and elites, just whatever's in my way while my passenger shoots.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore.
Wasn't a good strategy.
So yeah, we're going to continue our Halo adventures. Probably not this weekend, but next weekend, because it's a big weekend. This weekend, we're going to be probably pretty tired come Sunday.
Oh yeah,
because we'll be getting into that later. But let's start with our question of the week. We like to do this every week, or every podcast. So this week's question is, what is your favorite 4-player arcade beat 'em up?
Which that is that I could literally talk about that all day.
I really think they need to do a collection of them. Like,
they really could.
I love these. Like, I beat The Simpsons at SeaWorld. Like, I was with a group and we kept putting quarters in, and that's when I beat The Simpsons.
Wow.
Was at a trip to SeaWorld. I remember doing Ninja Turtles in an arcade, and X-Men is just legendary.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. So for me, I'll start this one off. There's actually an Aliens versus Predator one where it's Aliens and Predator. Everyone plays Predators. I love that one. You
can be Dutch, a Predator, and then a lady who I don't know who she is, but she's fun. When you play as the character, she's fun as hell.
It begins with an M. It's part of the Predator lore.
Is it Michiko Noguchi? I don't know. So. She was a big character in Alien vs Predator.
That is the one miniature I'm missing from the AVP miniatures game I have that I need to order. But it's not produced anymore, so I'm just going to have to order on eBay.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to look that up. She's a great character. She was spread across a few titles. The original Alien vs Predator, Alien vs Predator War. So some really good titles.
Well, the AVP board game I have from Protos is fucking amazing. I absolutely love it. And I want to get her because I want to create a campaign. Like, I've got all sorts of, like, I fucking love it. So anyways, that's my choice. What's yours? I'm gonna have to go with I think it's gonna have to be the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the first one?
I was as a kid I was a huge Turtles fan, and it was just when the screen opens up and the theme plays and it's damn near perfect. There's a light that shines out of the manhole cover. The turtles burst out. Yeah, you start out in a level where everything's on fucking fire. You have to fight. I can't remember which one's Bebop and Rocksteady anymore, but you have to fight the Rhino as the boss.
That would be
is that Rocksteady?
Bebop, Rocksteady. No, Rocksteady is the pig. Bebop is
Then it's Bebop. It was the Rhino by that. And so, of course, I mean, Donatello was by far my favorite because I like characters with the utility, and Donnie would just use his staff to just throw enemies at the screen. There was so much going on in that game, and it was just overload. So I would say the X-Men game is a very close second. That game's awesome. And The Simpsons is probably up there. Those three are tied just because probably as a kid, those games were everywhere. They were super popular. So if you went to an arcade, Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, and X-Men were probably going to be there. They were super popular.
All three of those on the 360, but they're not backwards compatible yet. I should probably go check.
Oh, yeah. Check that out, man. I'd play that in a heartbeat.
I
never did. Oh,
yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they were just classics. Like, I think there was a Dungeons and Dragons one that mimicked Gauntlet, because Gauntlet was one of the original ones.
Yeah, Gauntlet. I liked Legends, the one that went to N64 later. God, that was super fun. That was amazing.
But now they have a 4-player Pac-Man. Have you ever played it?
Oh yeah. That was really
love that one. But I can't. We can't do it with Jessica because Jessica gets real mad because we all eat her. It's fucking hilarious.
That's the point. Come on now. That's what you got to do.
Shout out to Jessica Cavallo. She's the one who she voiced our opening credits for the show. So huge shout out to. She's a great person. You're going to see lots of her and I at South by Southwest this year. So
awesome.
Yeah, she and I do our live adventures from there. It's hilarious. So now it's just cool. We have a whole lot to talk about this show because so much has happened. So the first thing we'll do is I'm going to do our TemTem update because we talked a lot about that last time. I did buy it.
And now you're going down the rabbit hole of clones that do things better now, right?
Yeah, well, I can't quite figure out how to play with people, but they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how to make friends. But let me tell you, this is not an easy game. You cannot just skate through it like Pokemon. Like, you don't get a lot of money in the game, so it's not easy to get a bunch of potions to keep your shit alive.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's like this really weird elemental thing going on. So this is a basic chart.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So I find it really weird that like I'll have a plant guy who has a poison attack, but if you hit my plant guy with a poison attack, it pretty much kills him. I don't understand. Like
Well,
it's made because you have to have two out on the field at the same time. You have to research their powers because the elemental type of each one will affect the other one and make it either powerful or it'll help it. There's two different versions of some of the powers depending on what you have next to you. So it's really, really, really weird, and I like it that way. But at the same time,
not easy.
It is not easy in any form or fashion. Like I took 3 turns to try to get through the first gym because I only found like 7 TemTem in the whole first few hours I was playing the game. So it's not like you could prepare for what you were doing, and it was a water gym. So I figured.
So money isn't abundant. TemTems aren't abundant, so you can't really grind too much. Is that what's
there's a bunch of TemTem, but you're going to find a lot of the same ones when you start.
I got you.
You get the surfboard, and then you start getting around the board. But the thing is like they have these clothing shops, and everything's like $30,000 in the clothing shop, and I'm here at like 900 because I've spent everything except to keep my shit alive.
No customization for you.
But it's really, really not as easy as Pokemon. And they did that. I had to do my research. They did it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want you to scroll through it. So I'm trying to do the grind. And I'm realizing there's an Eevee. There's a Psyduck. They really just went to the point of, yes, you were going to see like you can kind of gauge out what you're doing. Like I started with the school psychic one. That bitch dies on like one lightning hit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on with that? So yeah, that does feel crazy. But overall, there's a lot of things in the game that aren't open yet because it's still like there's mounts, there's super quests, I think there's raids, there's all these things in the menu and all these things that come across on the map that you can't access yet. So I have a feeling it's going to have to be a really good game. But there's a lot of people in it, and that makes me really excited.
And is it like mostly geared towards co-op or PvP, or is it kind of an equal measure? How does
I don't
that
know how
actually
PvP works yet?
How does that all fit into the main game as far as your progression?
Well, I haven't figured out how to do anything with people yet. They are everywhere. You can friend them. I think the main PvP areas are not open yet. And like the mount thing and the things that are coming in, they're not open yet.
Okay.
So I find that I can't really answer that, but it's exactly like Pokemon. You wake up on the day, you're late, you have to run to there's not Professor Oak, and they have your starter ones. And
it's Professor Oak.
Yeah. And so, and then today I discovered something else very much like Pokemon. There are TMs in the game.
Oh, okay. What are they called?
RMs.
Oh.
Oh
man.
It's
no points for creativity. Points for fun, but no creativity.
Yeah, but the bottom line is everything I really wanted from Pokemon, an MMO, open world, whatever, is going to be in this game. So I'm really excited, despite the very obvious check, like who, what? Yeah. Which I'm excited to keep going with it. The grind is very slow. It's not fast like in Pokemon. It is very slow. Like you grind a lot. I've been playing for 2 weeks, and my main that I started with died on the one round of the gym where I actually survived because I had one TemTem left.
Oh my God.
And so, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I want to show you Hoko Life. This is the next thing I want to talk about. And there's a reason why. And I'm really excited for this one as well. But at the same point, it is I'm gonna prove a point. Okay. I don't know if you saw the Hoko Life trailer this week.
When you told me about it, I went and looked it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so Animal Crossing / Sims. Okay.
It's exactly that.
This looks exactly like Animal Crossing. And
However,
yeah,
it has. Look at this customization. You can make your own clothes. It's got better multiplayer capability.
Mm.
And I'm just like, is this going to be a trend? Are they going to take these Nintendo games we love and have other developers make them the way people actually want?
Yeah, I mean, games have been doing that for a long time, but I guess between I guess TemTem and Animal Crossing, I mean, what are we going to see next? I don't know. I have no idea. What other cutesy Nintendo properties are out there? There's plenty of them. It's freaking Nintendo.
It's not about it being cutesy. It's about what would make it a next gen game. Like, you know how much hype we had for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then we get in there and you can't really play with people because whatever the reason is, it just goes a little off, you know?
Yeah.
So then you have these developers doing TemTem and Hoko Life, and you're like, this is what you wanted in a game? Here, we'll give it to you, because Nintendo will be like, oh, no. We can't do that. I don't know why Nintendo just doesn't get on the bandwagon and just do it.
Yeah, I mean, they're set in their ways. They're stubborn. It's some of that stubbornness has kept them alive all this time. But I mean, at the same time, you're really the thing that saved you was the Switch's utility, and you just need to go bigger with it. You need to embrace the online multiplayer. You know,
I don't think it would have been hard for them to actually do that from the get-go, you know?
Yeah, well, the funny thing is a lot of those games were built with that kind of mentality in the first place. You know, the original Pokemon was built for you to have some link cables so that you could trade with your friends, play with your friends. I mean, why not use the internet to throw everybody together? And they kind of did that with the wild areas. I don't think it's user-friendly, and they need to extend that through, like, the rest of the game. I
hope they look at TemTem and I'm excited for Hoko Life because I love Animal Crossing, but I could never do everything I wanted to do in it, like make my own clothes and customize my furniture to the point. Like it's a sim life game. You should be able to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So I will probably be playing that one too, but I'll also play Animal Crossing just because I fucking love Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I've got a little sister who's a big Animal Crossing fan. I never got into it, but I have a sister who's way into Animal Crossing. Loves it.
So yeah, I think
all right. Now, speaking of the Switch has had problems.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize it till it happened to me.
Yeah.
And then it happened to you.
Yeah, it happened to me too. And
let's talk about this
man. It's big.
Really
it's a big one. The drift is
was it both of them or just one?
It's all 4 of my controllers now.
See, mine was only the blue, because I have the blue and the red. It was the left one. I'm going to test the right one when it gets back, because I got the email today saying they're sending it back to me. They've already fixed it. But yeah, this just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that they're fixing it. To acknowledge a problem and just go ahead and fix it it's a really good move on their part. So as much as we're shitting on Nintendo for just some of the game utility, man, props to them for fixing this problem, because it's really big.
I wonder if they knew this was coming, or if this was really something they hadn't prepared for.
That's a good question. I know that back during Christmas, of course, my wife bought me Mario Odyssey. It was very cool of her. She actually bought me a couple games, but Mario Odyssey was the one that I realized that sometimes Mario would just start walking to the bottom left-hand corner, and I was like, oh, well, what the fuck was that? And
see,
so
funny you say that, because mine was up. It was,
I mean,
direction.
I'm sure it goes in all sorts of weird directions for people, but for Mario in particular, it was going to the bottom left. And it was, so I found it very bizarre, and it got to a point where it started to get frequent enough that I couldn't play with that controller, so I just had to switch controllers. Now I have 2 blues and 2 reds, the neon ones, and eventually I was fine playing with, I think, the blue ones or the red ones for a while. So it just recently got to a point with the red ones where the left one started drifting, and every so often the right will drift, affecting my camera and stuff when I'm playing different games. So you actually gave me Breath of the Wild to borrow. I was playing it, and I got on top of one of those really the tall platforms that you have to go up to view everything. Yeah, I started going up and taking my little zoom in camera out, and all of a sudden it would start doing a close-up of something I was looking at, and I'm like, what is it closing up? And all of a sudden I would realize I'm falling. Oh, I just walked off the side and I fell. And it happened several times where I went, fuck it, okay, I can't do this anymore. So I tried switching. Oh, well, I wonder how the blue ones are doing now. I switched to the blue ones. Both of them drift so bad that I'm walking around and the camera is turning, and I'm like, okay, that's, I'm done. I'm doing my order right now. So all 4 of my controllers drift, and I'm just stunned. Yeah, I did not see this coming at all. I
don't think anyone saw this coming, because I understand that controllers, like if you I have some kids around the house, they dropped one of my controllers, so my kid's controller, it has those problems.
There's wear and tear. Yeah.
My Switch control, I take good fucking care of my Switch. Nobody touches it but me, basically. So I find it really interesting. So when my blue one comes back, I'm going to test them fully to make sure the red one's not going crazy.
Yeah.
Because I want to buy Fantasy Zone. They released it on the Switch. I'm going to buy it because I fucking love Sega and I love that game.
Very cool. Yeah, here's hoping that's a problem that doesn't come back, because it's not as big as, say, Red Ring of Death, but it's a big one.
Which I never had. I thankfully never had.
I had it twice. And actually, I had it 3 times. They repaired it twice, and it was past the warranty the 3rd time. They wouldn't repair it. So,
well, the only console I've ever had a problem with is the Xbox One. Like, I bought the launch day edition, and the disc drive stopped working, and they just replaced it. They just gave me a new Xbox. That's the only time I've ever had a problem with it. Yeah. And right now, I mean, the Xbox One and its disc drives don't really work right, period. So it's a good thing I do a lot of digital stuff.
Well, stuff like that happens. When I had a PS2, it would out of nowhere stop reading discs that were blue, or DVDs that had different something that was other than clear. And I mean, stuff like this happens, but when it's on such a big scale, man, luckily Nintendo is putting up. They're putting up the money. They're fixing it for people. So if your Joy-Con is all of a sudden drifting, if your camera or characters start just walking off somewhere, just go ahead and go online to Nintendo.com and fill out a form. Just do it, because it's not going to fix itself.
Yeah. So we have a couple more Nintendo stories. So I don't know. We just have a Nintendo heavy week this week.
Yeah.
I am super excited because you're going to laugh at me.
I will.
Here we go. The brand new Pokemon Pops.
What?
I already have YouTube pre-ordered, and I'm debating
on my God. Oh, of course you do. That Mewtwo one actually looks really cool.
I'm really excited because they keep making them, so there eventually will be a Jigglypuff one. But I'm looking at Jinx, and I only have one question. One question. Can you guess what that question is without looking at our notes?
Jinx.
Yes. Will they make this one?
Oh.
A must buy.
It will,
hands down, if they go this route and actually make Jinx.
It will probably be purple. I'm just saying. I mean, that's OG Jinx, though.
I am like...
I mean, what can you do? That's you have to give some respect to OG Jinx, you know. But, I don't... I mean, I'm saying if they do, that's fine.
I'll buy it.
But it is... It's yeah. I was gonna say I'm not. I know you'd buy it. So if they made it, it would make money. And so
They would.
more power to them.
It looks like they're
Whatever.
going to be making them all at some point in time. So I'll have to get the Magikarp, and I'll have to get the Jinx, and of course, Jigglypuff. Like we're done.
Yeah. That would be rough.
Yeah, I would be
really
super
rough.
excited.
But
So I'm really excited.
Jigglypuff kind of has to happen though. Like that really has to happen.
Well, I have a life-size Jigglypuff. I bought it at DreamHack last year or 2 years ago, and I was still the most normal person in there carrying it around. So kind of says something. So last Nintendo story, I hope you didn't look this up because I really wanted to share this one with you.
Oh man, okay.
I don't know what to think about this. It makes me really excited, but at the same time, really fucking confused. Here is Super Mash. Basically, you can combine two genres, and the game makes it up.
Huh.
And each time it's going to be different. So you never know what the hell they're going to put in it.
Yeah. Whenever you told me you wanted to show this to me, I just decided, hey, like I'll wait for you to show me. This is actually, I thought that the name was a little weird. It was too close to Super Smash Brothers, so I was like, bad name choice. But this looks pretty cool.
I am so ready. Like, I want this game. I want to see just how fucking crazy it can be. Like that, he just got in a cardboard box.
And there's a Sims, huh?
Yeah, so you pick the two genres, mix it up, and the computer. It's kind of like when they tell the computer to write a script based on something, and it's always completely bizarre.
Oh yeah, it's just weird.
I think that's what this is.
I mean, I wonder if this is just the best of the best that they're showing that stuff has come up with, or if when you actually play it, it's just going to be awful. But I mean, that looks like if they pull it off, it could be super fun. But they're just putting it right out there. They're like, could it be a hit? Could it be a flop? Whatever. Give it a try.
I'm super excited for it.
That looks crazy fun.
And apparently, if you get a really good game that you like, you can share it with people.
Oh, that's very cool. That's pretty cool.
I will find the most fucked up ones and share it with you, and you'll be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll be all about it. And that's a really cool idea. And I wonder how many game developers going forward will play Super Mash and be like, "Ooh, I need to make this game right here." So that's going to happen. It has to.
I think it'll be hilarious. So I think that's pretty much it for our Nintendo talk. Let's talk about Warcraft. You got something to say about this?
Okay, so right before our last podcast, I actually was wanting. I saw the announcement for Warcraft 3 Reforged, and I went, oh man, like that would be really cool. They're putting a new skin over Warcraft. They are. I was like, that's really cool. They're giving it a new skin. I went and looked it up on the advertisements, and it said you're going to get a new UI. It's going to be a little more user friendly. It's going to be easier to find people. So it's overall going to be a more user friendly, much prettier experience. And a little after they started releasing some gameplay of it, and I saw some of the cinematics that they put out. They put the cinematics and kind of placed them side to side. I think IGN put out a video where they put out side to side gameplay of it. Uh-huh. And when I looked at the cinematics, I was like, okay, yeah, you can kind of see their faces better. They're a little more smoothed out. That's fine. And I said, but I went to the gameplay, and everything looked not identical. It's obviously been smoothed out a little bit, but man, it still has the same kind of that old vibe where it's nothing smoothed out. Everything moves the same.
Yeah.
And it still has the same color palette. Uh, it doesn't look very clean, and the UI stuff, all the stuff that they promised that they were going to feature in the game, uh, wasn't there. So I guess they just kind of reskinned it, redid some of the cinematics, and went, "Cool, let's throw it out there." And now I'm not one of those people who would jump on like the rage bandwagon, but people are pissed off.
Yeah, I hear they're having to do refunds.
Well, of course, they're supposedly. I don't know if they're giving refunds now, but their policy is that we don't give refunds. And
I read that they are actually doing it right now.
Good. They need to. They really, really need to. Because when you advertise something and you don't deliver, and then they came out with an apology that said something. It was, now don't quote me directly. I'd have to look at the apology.
They're like, oops, our bad.
No. It said something along the lines of, we apologize to anybody who didn't get the experience that they were wanting. And so that pissed a lot of people off. But then they had an actual apology that I guess that was to investors, since it's tanking so bad. And this apology seemed it was much better. It was much more well thought out. It was. Yeah, you have to look it up, because the apology to the public at large and the apology to the investors are drastically different, and it kind of just it has really, really tainted Blizzard as a company right now, because right before Diablo 4, they banned the gamer for talking about Hong Kong, and apologized to China and stuff. That was a big thing for them. And now they're having to deal with this Warcraft 3. They were like, let's make some quick money with Warcraft 3 before Diablo 4 comes out. Who knows what they were thinking? It's fine, whatever. If they did it right, I love Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3 is one of my favorites of all time. It's an awesome RTS. One of my absolute favorites. So I was super excited to hear it come out, and I'm sure they were banking on people being excited and just going out and grabbing it. But it's really a bad move. They handled it bad.
I hear they're coming under a lot of fire for it, and I just think
they are. I don't want to see anybody fail, man. I don't want anybody to be hurt. I don't want people to lose money. I don't want people to lose their jobs. But fuck, man.
They're gonna lose their job. They're just gonna sweep it under, eventually release it the way it was supposed to be, and be like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, they've got that Activision support, man. So whatever. Yeah, it's what it is.
So, next I want to talk about our Phantasy Star Online 2 beta impressions. Did you actually get to play?
No, I finished downloading it. I think I started downloading it when you told me about it.
Yeah.
And by the time it was done, I tried going on to the and I tried to pick my ship, and every ship said, under maintenance. I was like, fuck, well, I missed it. So
yeah, so there was only 2 ships in the beta. Friday night when it launched, I was texting you. Yeah. I kept getting bounced. I was waiting 20 minutes to get in there. I would get to the second part of character creation, get bounced off. I was like, you know what? I'm done. There's how I'm tomorrow. I'll do it.
That's a bummer.
So I woke up Saturday morning, and it was fine. I got in, no problem. I made my character. I made the robot with the summoning. He just fights with an animal.
Yeah. It's over now, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah. But I do not think they should. I think this was just a server test.
Okay.
This game is way too complex for you to do a one-day beta.
Okay.
I did not get into any of the events that were scheduled, because you had to do 4 of the events to get the exclusive stuff. I didn't get any of that because I couldn't get into any of the events.
Ah, bummer. Yeah.
I played a bunch, and it was really fun, but I don't know what I was doing half the time.
Now, I know that it's been in Japan for a long time. But for those of you who didn't go out and actually look up like Japan gameplay, what kind of gameplay are we talking about here?
It is kind of like World of Warcraft.
Really? Okay.
The ships are just the server you jump onto, but your character go to any one of them, and you create lots of characters. I know how they're going to make money. They have boost passes. They have. I think they're going to have a season pass because there's vendors that talk about that and cosmetic stuff, which I'm okay with.
Sure.
There was a bunch of people there. You could really only do like one planet, and it was really fun. But I have no idea what I'm doing with the skill trees because I didn't have enough time to really start looking at it. I had no idea what most of the materials I was picking up were. I don't know. There's just it is a deep, deep game. Like it's not like Destiny where you can pick it up and figure it out in about a half hour. No, this is going to be months before I figured everything out about this one.
Okay.
Like my summon pet was my weapon, and I would send him out. I didn't even know that when he dies, it takes a while for him to respawn, but you have a secondary weapon set where you have a gun. I couldn't figure out how to heal a pet. I couldn't figure out what I was throwing out. I was throwing out healing beacons where people could like be healed in it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing because there's no, hey, what is this? Where it tells you what it is.
Yeah.
The ship was huge. The character models for me are a little weird from what I was remembering. Like my guy looks like he has bell bottoms and heels on.
Okay.
It's hilarious. I love it. I absolutely love it. But it's gonna take some time. I think I'm gonna play this one more casually until I figure it out because there's a lot to figure out. I didn't even know there were secondary attacks for my summon. If you hit this, like, there's no rules tutorial that tells you what to do. So if you hit the LB button, you get your second set of attacks, which is attack, super, and something else. Like, no idea. There's this whole menu bar. You scroll around and hit A to use whatever's on it. I couldn't even figure out how to pull up the quest menu, which only happens if you're in the ship. Otherwise, the start menu buttons don't do crap. I was like, oh, really, really complicated. That's really the only way I can put it. It's a very Japanese game, so it'll be less fun when it actually launches and we start to figure it out. But there will be in-purchase things, boost bonuses, things like that I think are going to be well used.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my Phantasy Star Online beta impression.
And it'll be free to play when it comes out, which will be very cool.
And I will definitely be playing when it comes out, but I'm not going to be moving from Destiny like I thought I would. This game is just I can't play really complicated things for an extended period of time because I start to get a headache. So I like the simple stuff like Plants vs. Zombies. Pew, pew, pew. Destiny. Pew, pew. This one's like pew, pew, push a button. Pew, pew, pew. Push a button.
Pew, pew's good.
Run away. Like, yeah.
It was. I love fighting games because it's all right there. You just got to know what you can do. So yeah.
I do think they did a good job of porting a PC game to the console, though. It was, I think, once you get down the controls, it's very easy, but it uses every button. Then I have an Elite controller, so I'm going to figure out a mapping system for it at some point in time. But yeah, other news after we go past that is, did you ever play the Division?
I played it. I played the first one. It was free for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just not into. I'm not into RPG shooters. As far as like, it looks super realistic and everything. You go up to somebody who's a higher level, you shoot them in the head with a shotgun, and some numbers pop up and they turn around and kill you. I'm like, that's just.
You had a completely different experience because I loved.
Yeah, I'm
crap out of that game.
Yeah, I know it has its fans, and you used to talk about it, and you were really excited when the Division 2 came out. So it was just never something I got into. An RPG military shooter with the plague aspects and stuff. Shooter. Well, you go ahead and talk more about it. I don't want to be negative.
So what do you have? What
do you have for me?
I didn't buy the Division 2 because a friend of mine was going to get it, but he didn't get it, so I didn't really have anyone to play it with. And this week, the Division 2 is like $3 if you buy it because they announced the expansion, which is you're going to go back to New York after DC, which I'm all excited for. So I went ahead and bought it for $3, and I downloaded it. I'm going to get it started soon because it's so much fun when you start to level up. Like I used to have the little robot bomb that would find someone and then blow up, and I loved it. But there's a lot of people playing it, so I'm hoping I can find a good team to play with. because it makes the world of a difference than just playing by yourself. Like it's made
no
to play.
doubt. No doubt. Yeah. I know it's that's one of the other things about it is it's definitely made to play with people, play with a squad of people who know what they're doing. And I don't have a squad for any of those, RPG shooters.
It's $3. I was like, I have to do it, and I'll get the expansion at some point in time. But I want to get back into the division because, dude, it was like they literally put it for $3 this week. I was like, man, they're really getting all these new players. There's going to be a crap ton coming in.
This is Division 2. That's $3. Okay,
it's $3, and so even if you get it, and you and I just play, we'll be fine. But then I also say we have to play Saints Row the 4th because that is one of the best games ever.
Now I already have that, so I'm totally down for that. And we have to play Puzzle Fighter because
Fighter.
Yeah, I had a couple friends that that used to play that, man, and holy God, man, I am very down for some competitive Puzzle Fighter.
Yep. So I just thought it was really crazy that they made it like so fucking cheap. They're going to get a crap ton of people back in that game. And so, I'm going to probably start it Sunday after my Destiny time because I haven't been in Destiny all week. So that's how I live.
Well, very cool. All right.
So we only have a couple more stories left. I want to talk about another online MMO type game, Anthem, which apparently was so fucked up that they still have Christmas decorations in the game because they haven't bothered to take them down.
Wow. Okay.
This week it came out that no, we're not abandoning it. They're going to reboot Anthem. They're going to kind of go back, redo it, and re-release it.
Wow. If they can pull that off, that's great because I know it was a disaster.
I had so much high hopes for it. I had the collection.
Oh, I did too.
And then just like Stadia, all the news started coming. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
When they showed the first preview of it and they were jetpacking over forests and fighting enemies, and I was like, man, this looks cool. And then I saw the gameplay of it and I was like, are they just hovering over enemies and like this, and they have a Mass Effect type shooting style? Like I love Mass Effect, and I heard it was fun, but there was just nothing to do. So
I don't know. I think I'm done with Anthem. I haven't downloaded because I have EA access. And I have a friend who swears it's awesome, but I'm just like, no, especially if you can't even update your servers. Like, Plants vs. Zombies is updated every month. Every month, the whole maps and themes change. Like, it's right now into Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So it went from Christmas to winter to Valentine's Day. It'll go to, like, they're really good on Destiny. Even though Destiny breaks itself every week. They're updated every week. It seems like Anthem's just like, okay, we fucked up, we're done.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of. It seems like they had that attitude from the very beginning. Somebody had a really cool idea, and they were like, "All right, do it, but do it now and release it in a year." What? Oh, okay. So,
well, see, that's what I understand. The early access games seem to work on PC and Steam, but not on consoles.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
They'd be like, "Hey, this is an early access version. Get into it now, and we'll just keep developing it." Because that's what they did with Plants vs. Zombies 3. They just announced that, "Hey, here's Plants vs. Zombies 3. It's an early access for the next month. You have to test things out. They got exclusive things every week." I signed the fuck up right then and there because I love the game. And so for the first 6 weeks, it was early access, testing things out, reporting problems, and it was fun. It was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You knew what you were getting into. Anthem should have been like, here's a 2-year early access period. Help us develop this game.
Yeah. Help us develop it. We'll support it. Yeah. But they definitely advertised it as a full game, and it was not.
Yeah. Well, so sad for that, but let's get to our last news story, which I am all about. I'm seeing it on Sunday. Sonic the Hedgehog movie got released.
Yes.
And
it's getting mixed reviews.
Very mixed reviews. Here's what I find funny. It seems like the critics, I'm done with critics. They really only want these Oscar level movies are like, they're half and half.
Well, yeah.
the critics who do family-friendly movies love the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
A bunch of people who have seen it have loved the fuck out of it. They're
Love
like,
it. Yeah.
it's just fun. It's just meant to be a fucking blue hedgehog running really fast fighting Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, and
That's
and it's for kids. Like, what? It's fine if it's for kids.
It
Whatever.
is like
It'll be fun for kids, and it'll be a nostalgia trip for any of us who have kids now. So
well, I'm going without my kids. So
I'm going-
he's like, he used to be about soccer. I was like, I don't care.
Well, Allie told me that apparently Alamo Drafthouse is starting to release a Bring Your Kids thing, and they only do it once every so often. But apparently they're having one on Saturday, and so we're definitely considering, dropping some
It's
money.
like the Saturday morning where you go and they do like the little coloring activities and stuff. Like my nieces and nephews go to that every now and then. I'm just sick of the Draft House, dude. Like I have AMC stubs, and we just go to the AMC theater, and I love it.
Yeah,
no problem.
Every time we seem to go to another theater but Draft House, we always have assholes there, and so we haven't been to anything other than Draft House in a long time. But maybe we go to the wrong theater, maybe we go at the wrong time. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, there's only 3 AMC's here in town because they just opened a new one at Palmer, yeah. So I think we're going there to see it because we normally just go to the mall. We don't go to Lakeline. Lakeline is a trash dump.
Yeah, no thanks, no Lakeline for me.
And so like with AMC stubs, we just go in there. We have the nice seating. We can pre-order food if we want to. It just keeps getting points for every month I subscribe. I can pre-book 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Like I already pre-booked my Fast and Furious 9 and IMAX for opening day.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a batshit crazy trailer. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah. It's
the end with the little rope car. They're like fucking parkouring the car.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So like those movies are just like when I saw that trailer, I thought in my head just about the first Fast and the Furious, and I was like, man, this series has come a long way. Like all of a sudden, these very human people with human problems, and it's kind of a cookie cutter Point Break. It turned into the fucking Avengers with cars. Like it's
God damn, it is my crack. I have the whole series. I said we're going to do a marathon before the movie comes out. And the thing is I didn't even want to see the first one. I was like, God, I don't want to see no fucking car movie. Yeah. And I fucking loved it.
First one's fantastic, man. The first one is really fantastic. It's a great character. Great
characters. 4 or 5 where they went into the let's go to the weird physics and all the fun things, or like
whenever they brought Michelle Rodriguez back, I remember seeing that in the theater for the first time, and it started to get really crazy. And Tokyo Drift, the second one was bad. Tokyo Drift was a lot of fun, but like all the characters were gone, so they were just kind of world building at that point.
Yeah,
Tokyo Drift is a very fun movie. The fourth one I completely checked out on.
My God, yes, I love these movies.
Maybe it was Fast 5 where it got really crazy.
I think Fast 5 is where it got to the point where we know it is now.
Yeah.
We're like crazy.
It's just ridiculous. It should be called something else, but it's not. But it's fine. it's fun.
So we have one more movie to go after that one. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
All right.
But with that,
all right,
that's the end of our live show today.
Yes. Very fun. It's a lot to cover.
I can't stop laughing at the car, the rope just going. Whoosh.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And when there's a car strapped to a rocket engine, like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see this stupid shit.
Yeah, that's going to be ridiculous. Well, I'm going to have fun at the movies this weekend, and we'll have fun tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're
going to have a birthday thing tomorrow. You'll probably see a lot of live videos from us doing stupid shit here.
Yep. All right.
And then Sunday's Sonic. You have probably Sonic tomorrow. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Follow us on social media to see if we're going to do Sunday game or not. I'm not sure yet, but it will definitely be the week afterwards. If not, we'll be doing, what did I say? We're going to do 3 levels this time?
Yeah, 3 levels.
There's only 10 levels, so I had to try to divide it up into 4 sessions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Be lots of fun. And then we may just do some random shit in between where I take them on and actually show what a real Puzzle Fighter champion looks like.
Yeah, we'll see how you do there, because that'll be fun. I won't talk any shit. I'll just lay it all on you. when the
You
time
think
comes.
so?
I'm so ready. My body is so ready.
You have not seen the wrath of Felicia. I can bitch slap anybody with that character.
I'm sure you think you can. Bring it on.
All right, so this has been it for us. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for a new Super Gamer Brothers. What the fuck was I saying?
2 weeks, new Super Gamer Bros. We'll see you then.
And don't forget, Tuesday nights we're live on TV. You can also watch us on social media. Red Web is coming up next week, and he's continuing his origins and myths and heroes line of how superheroes have evolved over time. It's going to be pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that and all sorts of more fun things, including the return of fan service in this kind of format. We're doing it strictly online. I'm just kind of waiting for Sherwood to end the Ren Fair because
everybody's there.
Yeah, half the crew works that, so weekends are completely out.
Yep.
And weekdays are kind of tired. So we may do a test here shortly.
Cool.
Anyways, we're done. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. Bye, everyone.
On gaming. Yeah, we just got to figure that out.
Well,